Alrighty guys, what is going up? Welcome back to another episode. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to create passive income from investing in the stock market. Now, a lot of people love that term, passive income, but what does that mean? Now, for me, passive income requires just a little maintenance in the beginning, and then if you do it right, you can pretty much get paid for life. So we're going to be breaking down how to create that passive income in the stock market. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and overall I hope you guys get something of value out of this video. And if you guys do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because it really helps me out. And guys, we have a course. We talk about how to properly invest in the market. We talk about fundamental technical analysis, how to find undervalued stock. We talk about taxes, dividends, REITs. We pretty much talk about it all, so I'll put a link to that down below. And you guys can use promo code DIVIDENDS to get 50% off. So make sure you guys at least check it out. First link down below. So now, roll the intro, let's go. Bam! So now getting to that term, what is passive income? Now, like I said before, passive income requires a little maintenance in the beginning. You know, you got to pick and choose that certain stock, and then if you do it right, you can get paid for life. But how is that different than active income? Well, for me, active income is when you actively have to get that income, you know, such as a 9-to-5 job, such as, you know, maybe a little bit of commission based, but passive is something that you can pretty much count on cash flow coming in. And in my opinion, the stock market is probably the best place for beginners to get started. Now, as a beginner investor, you're drawn to companies like Tesla, Plug Power, ARK, all these companies that we've seen incredible gains. And yeah, they carry a lot of long-term potential, but you don't get any passive income for it. Now, as an investor that is searching for that income, you need what you call dividends. Now, this is pretty much when a company makes so much money, they will pay their investors. Now, for me, this is phenomenal because one, you can get the stock value going up, just like a growth stock like Tesla would, but you can also get cash payments come into your account on a quarterly or yearly, and sometimes even monthly basis, which is incredible. Now, pretty much the first reason why I love dividend stocks is because historically they performed better than the S&P 500. So pretty much if you just hold general dividend stocks, you will historically beat the market. Now, the second thing that I love about dividend stocks is in a market crash, dividend stocks perform better too. So they don't fall as much, which is incredible because you can still get that cash payment and your account is still going to be better. So I wouldn't even worry about that. Dividends is by far the best way to go. But what is some tips and tricks to learn from? Well, rule number one for investing in dividend stocks, and I feel like this is probably the most important part with dividend investing. Never invest in a company because I or someone else told you to. Yeah, I give a lot of recommendations, but at the end of the day, you guys need to do your own research. It's your money, and I want you guys to completely understand the ups and downs and everything about the company before you invest. So do your own research. Rule number two for passive income investing in the stock market is never chase dividend yields. I know as a beginner or a new investor, you know, you'll see these dividend yields that are 10, 12, 13, sometimes even 15%. And you can instantly look and go, well, if I invest, you know, $1,000, I could be getting 150 bucks a year and not even have to lift a finger. Yes, that may be true, but 95% of the time, the stocks that have a higher dividend yield are more risky. So yes, you'll be getting dividend payouts, but most of the time that stock value will be losing money. You always want to make sure that the stock value is growing. They have a lot of cash on hand, not a lot of long-term debt, and the company's growing. So you always want to make sure that there's a lot of future for it. And I would rather see you guys invest in a high-quality stock that pays a 2, 3% dividend rather than a risky stock that pays a 10, 15% dividend. You'll make a lot more money in the future. Now, rule number three is always look at the company's payout ratio. So this is a ratio that a lot of dividend investors use to get a good understanding of how much money the company will pay out in the forms of dividends. Now, a lot of beginners and new investors think, oh, well, you want a company that pays, you know, 100% in their payout ratio. No, you don't. You don't. You want a company that has a low payout ratio, so there's a lot of leftover money to grow the business. Now, if that's a company pays 100% of their earnings in the forms of dividends, how do you expect the company to grow in the next 5, 10, 15 years? Or what if we have another crash? That company is going to become worthless and your dividends are going to be cut. It's just going to be a terrible thing. Now, tip number 4 is have a broker that offers DRIP. So this is what you call dividend reinvesting. Now, as a new or beginner investor, you may just want those little payments, but don't do it. Don't get those dividends just yet. Wait for the long term. The reason why is on average, you'll make around 3 to 4% more by doing this. So pretty much what it is all your dividends you get, you're pretty much gonna reinvest them straight back into the company. And this is why. Look at this chart. You guys can clearly see the difference between reinvesting your dividends and not reinvesting your dividends. So just reinvest your dividends. You'll make a lot of money, a lot more money in the future. Come on, man, come on. Now, rule number 5 is don't be afraid to look at dividend kings and dividend aristocrats. So these are companies that have been paying dividends for years. So what a dividend king is this is a company that's been increasing their dividend and consecutively paying a dividend for more than 50 years. So the reason why this is awesome is because you can pretty much count on cash flow coming in. A company like Coca-Cola has been paying a dividend for 58 years. Do you think they're gonna stop soon? Probably not. They really won't, because they know millions of people actively look for that dividend and invest in the company for that dividend, and it helps out Coca-Cola because they get the money and they can use that money, reinvest it in the business, and yeah, they will share a little bit of their profits. Now, a dividend aristocrat, on the other hand, is a company that's been paying a dividend for more than 25 years. It's still great, it's still phenomenal, so I would look at both. Now, the next rule for creating passive income for investing in the stock market is make sure the company is increasing their dividend payout. Now, this makes a ton of sense. You don't want to invest in a company that pays a 10-cent dividend and then an 8-cent dividend. You know, that means that that company could be worried about cash and, cutting back. You want to make sure that the company's paying a 10-cent dividend this quarter and then a 12-cent dividend, and just look at the previous dividend growth. A company like Home Depot, I love it because they've been increasing their dividend at more than 125%, which is incredible. So that's why I love it. And a lot of people hate me for it, but I'm killing it on the dividend side and growth side. Look at the chart. And yeah, the biggest thing is going to create time. And you guys need to understand that this isn't something that's going to happen overnight unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is going to be something that you're going to work on and just put a little money into it each week. So honestly, guys, that is how you guys can create passive income for investing in the stock market. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And overall, I hope you guys got something of value. And we'll see you later. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe out there. Take care, everyone.